Good morning. I'm Amanda Hansen here at the Action News 5 digital desk. It is Wednesday morning. We're halfway through the week, and aren't you glad about it? I know I am. If you are getting out and about, you may be running into some rain already this morning. We've had some really nice weather over the weekend. The past 2 days have been just great, but now we have that rain moving through. This is a look from one of our MDOT traffic cameras. You can see the rain already on that camera lens there as people are making their way to their morning commute here in Midtown. Doesn't look like it's raining just yet, but that rain will likely be moving into other parts of the Mid-South in the coming hours. And of course, you want to get the timing for that. What's it going to look like? How's this going to impact your day? Let's get the update from meteorologist Brittany Bryant.
Good morning. We're tracking this weather system that's pushing through eastern Arkansas and starting to bring some light rain into West Tennessee as well. So as we go through the morning, 9:30 here, going through noon, you'll notice that rain continues to push east. We have heavy rain by lunchtime today in Memphis, the rest of Shelby County going into Brownsville, also in northwest Mississippi starting to see some rain too. So we'll have these on and off light showers probably through around 5 o'clock. After that, we'll start to see some breaks in the rain, especially along and west of the river. A few showers over towards Ashland and Corinth for the drive home at 5, and then we'll be mostly dry through around midnight tonight. After that rain starts to move in. You'll get another round of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. There's only a 1 out of 5 for that severe weather threat, which means severe weather is unlikely. But there could be a quick gust of wind, maybe some small hail with the system as it moves through on Thursday. Let's talk about that Thursday timing. Here's 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. Some heavy rain in Tunica, Hernando, eastern Arkansas, might even see a few downpours in West Tennessee, including in Memphis. We'll have rounds of rain, so you'll probably get a break for a few hours in the afternoon, but then more thunderstorms arrive right around 5 o'clock on Thursday. And around that time, we'll have some instability in place, so that's when we could see those gusts of wind or that small hail. Notice those reds and oranges indicating some heavy rain along 55 from Osceola going into Blytheville. Also some downpours in Fayette County and Hardeman County. And that rain's on and off through at least 10 o'clock at night on Thursday. Thankfully, weather models starting to push that rain out of here a little bit earlier. So this is 5 a.m. Friday. You'll notice no rain showing up on First Alert Featurecast, although I'm not completely ruling out a little bit of drizzle early in the morning. We honestly do not need any more rain at this point. We've already had almost 3.5 inches of rain for the month of March. It's only March 8th. That puts us 2 inches above normal for the month. And we may add on another inch or two of rain too with this system moving through today and tomorrow. About 1.5 inches of rain in the Memphis area through late Thursday night into early Friday, close to 1 inch in Wynn, and about 1.5 inches also over towards Holly Springs. Some spots may get slightly higher totals if you get a downpour that sets up over your area. And temperatures today not very high because of the clouds and rain and a north breeze. We're at 51 at noon. 54 at 3 o'clock and down to the lower 50s at 7. And the northeast breeze today could be up to around 25 miles per hour this morning and close to 15 to 20 miles per hour through 2 o'clock. After that, winds won't really be an issue anymore. Your First Alert weekend forecast includes temperatures near 60 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. Now, Saturday looks okay. We'll have some sunshine early, temperatures in the upper 50s, but then late Saturday night into early Sunday, we'll probably have some rain that starts to move into the Mid-South, and Sunday does look soggy for us. So again, 54 today, 60s Thursday, Friday, we're near 60 degrees over the weekend. But once that Sunday cold front moves through here, temperatures drop down to the 50s on Monday with lows in the 30s that night, then temperatures in the lower 50s Tuesday.
All right, well, a man accused in a deadly Halloween party shooting over in South Haven is now behind bars, but in Indiana, Jeffrey Lee Walker Jr. was arrested after a traffic stop. The Indiana State Trooper discovered that Walker had an active warrant for murder. South Haven police say Walker was involved in a shooting back in 2020 after a fight broke out at a house party. You may remember that story. Look at that police scene there. Walker now awaiting extradition back to Mississippi. So the city of Memphis now preparing to release more information and also video from the night of January 7th, the day of the violent arrest of Tyre Nichols, who you see right there. That release is expected a little bit later tonight. We're on top of it. We're going to be making sure to get that information out to you when it comes. It comes as Memphis police and fire departments wrap up their own internal investigations into what happened that night. Now, we have learned a 7th police officer has been fired for his involvement in that traffic stop. An 8th officer, a supervising lieutenant, we're told, would have been fired as well, but instead opted for early retirement. Memphis's Chief Legal Officer Jennifer Sink, who you just saw there, updated the City Council on the whole deal.
3 officers have been suspended 2 officers had their charges dismissed, and 1 officer submitted his retirement prior to the conclusion of the hearing.
Now, 3 Memphis fire employees, 2 EMTs, and a lieutenant were also fired for their involvement in Tyre Nichols's arrest. Policy and operation changes are on the way for the Memphis Police Department following the death of Tyre Nichols. It's something that we were following last night. I'm sure you got news alerts about it. City Council members passed 5 of 6 ordinances that were up for a 3rd reading, adjusting how police make traffic stops, train, and even how the department itself is investigated. Action News 5, Bria Bolden was there and has all of the details of what happened.
A passionate and at times heated city council meeting will result in permanent policy and oversight changes in the Memphis Police Department. Almost all city councilors voted in favor of 2 ordinances involving training and traffic stops. They'll require an annual audit of MPD's training academy and techniques and require police to use marked vehicles for traffic stops unless it's for exigent circumstances, like causing harm to a person or property. In council chambers, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis expressed her support for both ordinances. Councilman Chase Carlisle, who asked for Chief Davis's input on some ordinances Tuesday, says it was important to get her side.
We don't want our police officers to not be able to enforce laws or public safety, but we want to make sure that the public themselves feel safe and that there is an accountability and a transparency.
When it comes to the Civilian Law Enforcement Review Board, or CLRB, 2 more ordinances will give the board the power to investigate use of force complaints and require MPD to report case recommendations on police complaints from the public. A 5th ordinance requires MPD to regularly report data on traffic stops, arrests, and complaints using a database system with public access. Councilman J.B. Smiley happy with the developments.
They put laws in place that will change the way that police interact with everyday citizens, will change the way that the media accesses data, will change the way that the general public can learn about what's transpiring within the Memphis Police Department.
A new ordinance that would combine some of those charges into one. The Tyre Nichols Justice in Policing Ordinance is still up for legal review right now. So in a city where basketball is king, you all know it, Ja Morant definitely rules. Memphis also is a city where juvenile crime is through the roof and where our kids need good examples to follow. And as we look at Ja to lead the way, keep in mind that he's still a very young person to himself. Our Joyce Peterson has more on how people are reacting to the recent controversy surrounding him.
Inside this Hickory Hill gym, Memphis Athletic Ministries teaches more than just basketball. Young people like Tank
make bad choices, you get a bad consequence.
Learn important life lessons. And there's no more powerful lesson right now than Ja Morant and how to handle success, stress, and money.
Just like Ja is struggling with the influences of friends and maybe outside influences, so are our kids. And so we try to relate with the experience that Ja is going through right now to our kids so that they can understand that they have choices to make.
The Memphis Grizzlies announced Morant is taking time away from the game to deal with personal issues. He's been accused of punching a 17-year-old during a basketball game at his house, threatening a security guard at Wolf Chase Galleria, and now flashing a gun on Instagram while partying at a strip club.
I think the biggest thing is changing the people that's around you.
Coach Jarvis Stephen, athletic director at Rust College in Holly Springs, Mississippi, says being a 23-year-old superstar in the NBA, earning millions, supporting family and friends, it's a lot of pressure. Now's the time, says Coach Stephen, for Ja to learn from his mistakes.
And you're going to hit some hard times, but it's time to grow up, because now you have an opportunity to change some things, and you have a big opportunity to lose even more.
Back at Memphis Athletic Ministries, Tank keeps his eyes on the prize, making buckets and good choices.
Especially if you're in the NBA, you can get kicked out of the NBA. You have to know shoe brand can be gone in anything. So that's why you can't act bad when you're especially in the NBA.
Tank and these Memphis kids all trying to win at the game of life.
Now, Morant has not been charged with any wrongdoing at this point. Colorado police confirmed that they are investigating the gun incident that happened at the strip club. As for the NBA, they are also investigating to see if the gun belonged to Morant. The league does not allow guns on team property, so that includes buses, planes, and the locker room. But let's talk about that latest game against the Lakers that took place last night. Memphis Grizzlies took them on without Morant last night. Despite a tough match, the Grizzlies lost. You see the score there, 103 to 112. They are going to be back at home tomorrow night against, I believe, Golden State Warriors. Well, Mississippi lawmakers approved a resolution to redraw the electric service area for the Holly Springs Utility Department. Let's see if I can find that video for you. Here you go. Well, the resolution was introduced by Senator Neil Whaley, representing much of Marshall County. According to the bill, the new borders would confine the service area to just the city limits of Holly Springs. The bill's next stop will be the House chamber. Mississippi lawmakers looking to help the state's nursing shortage by keeping recent grads in the Magnolia State. If Senate Bill 2373 passes, nursing grads in Mississippi could qualify for $6,000 in loan repayment for up to 3 years. That adds up to about $18,000, which would be a big help. I know it's so difficult to pay back those student loans, especially when you're starting your new job. In exchange, they would work in Mississippi hospitals or skilled nursing homes through those years. But hospital operators say the plan would not address the current staffing shortage. So Governor Tate Reeves has until tomorrow to take action on the loan repayment bill. So time may be running out for TikTok. I know it's so popular for a lot of people. They love it. At least here in the U.S., that could be something that could happen in the future. A dozen Republicans and Democratic senators have joined forces with a proposal that could pose a threat to the future of the popular social media site in the United States. And John Lawrence has the latest on what's going on.
TikTok may soon be taken out. A bipartisan group of 12 senators have unveiled legislation Tuesday that boosts President Joe Biden's ability to place a nationwide ban on TikTok.
Looks like we might be having some audio issues there, so we'll get back to that one maybe in just the next little bit. I'll see if I can get that fixed for you. Well, the Shelby County Commission is considering a resolution to ban anyone from downloading and using TikTok on all county-issued devices. So this resolution was introduced last month. It was sponsored by Commissioner Mick Wright. It also creates a procedure to remove the app from all county-owned and county-leased devices. Memphis in May is going to be held at Tom Lee Park this year. I know people are happy to hear that. The lease was signed Tuesday, so this means the Beale Street Music Festival, also the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest, is going to make its way back to the mighty Mississippi River. Tom Lee Park is in the middle of construction. That work is not expected to be complete before Memphis in May kicks off. And guess what? An opening date is set for South Haven's newly expanded Bank Plus Amphitheater. Doors open April 20th with more seats and a lot more amenities. Seating jumped from 3,900 to just shy of 10,000, so that's a big, big change. A lot more people are going to be able to enjoy the theater there. The venue now has more restrooms, concessions, an air-controlled VIP lounge with seating indoor and outdoor, as well as premier boxes. The all-new area kicks off Spring Fest celebrations, Ingram Hill. Should be some good stuff there. So how about this? 56% of Americans are planning to get away for spring break. I think everybody could use a break right now. It's just been a lot going on. 75% say that they plan to travel within the U.S. If you are one of the majority, There are some tricks of the trade that you're going to want to keep in mind to make sure that it is the perfect experience for you. And Action News 5's Andrew Douglas has the details on how you can live your best life this spring break.
Whether you're planning escaping by plane, train, boat, or car, planning is key. Timing matters. Don't book too early or too late. U.S. News and World Report says you should book your domestic flights 2 months before you plan to travel. For international, 6 to 8 months before. And the old rule of thumb that the best deals are on Tuesday no longer applies. Fluctuating fuel costs is what counts now. And if you're traveling by plane, only pack carry-ons.
All right, we're still dealing with those audio issues here at the digital desk. I'm going to take a quick break here, reboot the system. We'll come back and hopefully we can relieve these issues and resolve these issues that we're dealing with right now with audio so we can give you all the information you need here at the Action News 5 digital desk. Stick around. I'll be back in just the next couple of minutes.